Hey all, my name's Michael, welcome to the channel, and we're going to be getting into some 4chan stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Now, let's begin. Be me, Felix, 27, night security guard at office complex downtown. Spend 8 hours watching empty hallways and conspiracy theory videos. Live in converted garage behind landlord's house, rent $400 a month. Only human contact involves signing for packages and nodding at neighbors. Convinced government is monitoring my internet searches about lizard people. Haven't had meaningful conversation since arguing with DMV clerk in 2019. TFW no-based red pill GF to decode hidden messages in serial commercials with me. Decide to attend local truth seekers meetup advertised on sketchy forum. Figure worst case is getting recruited into actual cult. Arrive at community center basement expecting dozen paranoid boomers. Instead, find mixed group of 20-somethings discussing chemtrails and media manipulation. Everyone passing around photocopy articles and nodding seriously. Grab folding chair in back row to observe social dynamics. Notice woman in corner wearing question everything t-shirt, thick glasses, messy blonde hair, frantically scribbling notes. Keeps raising hand to correct presenter's facts about moon landing. Actually, the shadows in this photo prove lighting inconsistencies. She knows more technical details than guy giving presentation. Recognize fellow researcher who actually does homework. After meeting, approach her at snack table. She's organizing stack of printed articles into manila folders. Hey, impressive fact checking during that presentation. She looks up suspiciously from her filing system. Most people here just repeat YouTube videos without primary source verification. Yeah, I noticed you actually cite documentation. She seems surprised someone appreciates rigorous research methodology. Her name's Sage, 25, works night shift at medical records office, spends days researching pharmaceutical company patents and FDA approval processes. Originally started investigating after father died from experimental cancer treatment. Discovered web of corporate connections and regulatory capture. Once you see the patterns, you can't unsee systematic deception. Feel immediate connection to someone who questions official narratives. Spend 3 hours at diner dissecting inconsistencies in news reporting. She pulls out binder of printed articles with highlighting and margin notes. I show her screenshots of deleted social media posts saved on external hard drive. She's impressed by my digital archival system and backup protocols. Says favorite documentary is Century of Self because it explains psychological manipulation. I mention enjoying hypernormalization. She nods approvingly at my BBC taste. Somehow end up driving through Industrial District looking for weird antenna arrays. She has theories about 5G towers and their proximity to hospitals. I share observations about unusual aircraft patterns over military bases. Find abandoned radio station with transmission equipment still intact. Park outside and speculate about who might be using unlicensed frequencies. Discuss how information warfare targets individual psychology. She tells me she used to trust mainstream media completely, now cross-references everything through multiple independent sources. Propaganda works by making lies seem like common sense. I tell her I used to believe school history textbooks, now research primary documents and declassified government files. Education system designed to create compliant workers, not critical thinkers. Comfortable silence as we watch mysterious blinking lights on horizon. Could be cell towers, could be surveillance equipment. She suddenly pulls out night vision scope from backpack. I lean over to look through viewfinder with her. This feels more intimate than any normal couple activity. You're not as gullible as most people I encounter. Highest compliment from fellow truth seeker. Drive her home, exchange encrypted messaging app contacts, spend rest of night researching topics she mentioned, verify her claims about pharmaceutical patents. She's absolutely right. She sends me link to documentary about media consolidation, watch entire thing while taking detailed notes. First time someone's recommended content that actually teaches me something new. Start sharing research findings through secure channels daily. She sends PDFs of congressional hearing transcripts. I send declassified CIA documents from FOIA requests. Develop system for fact-checking each other's sources. Create shared encrypted drive for important evidence. First collaborative project that doesn't feel like a waste of time. Second meetup at her apartment to analyze banking industry connections. Walls covered with hand-drawn organizational charts and timeline maps. She's mapped relationships between politicians, corporations, and regulatory agencies. Spend 6 hours cross-referencing campaign donations with legislative votes. Order Chinese food and work until sunrise connecting dots. This feels more engaging than any entertainment could be. Third research session involves visiting local library archives. She wants to examine newspaper coverage of historical events, compare official stories with contemporary reporting and public records. Librarian initially suspicious of our extensive document requests. We explain we're writing academic paper about media evolution. Spend entire day photographing microfilm records with hidden cameras. Month into our investigation partnership. Haven't defined relationship, but clearly bonded over shared mission. Mutual understanding that we're both seeking truth in world of deception. She says I'm only person who doesn't think she's crazy. I tell her she's only human who validates my research methodology. Romance built on intellectual respect rather than physical attraction. Start attending conspiracy conferences together in neighboring cities. She takes notes during presentations. I record audio for later analysis. Interview speakers after events to verify their credentials. Fact-check claims in real time using mobile internet research. Become known as that thorough couple who asks uncomfortable questions. Find community among people who refuse to accept surface-level explanations. She introduces me to her online research network, former journalists, retired government employees, academic whistleblowers. They accept me because I contribute original research instead of just consuming. Finally, someone who understands proper source verification. Discover underground community of people investigating institutional corruption. Turns out there's entire parallel information ecosystem based on primary sources. Realize we're not paranoid or delusional, just people who insist on evidence-based analysis of power structures. Mainstream culture discourages questioning authority or investigating inconsistencies. We needed someone who understood importance of independent verification. Love built on shared commitment to truth rather than comfortable illusions. Perfect relationship for people who find willful ignorance frustrating. 8 months later, acknowledge we're officially partners. First kiss happens while reviewing FBI documents about COINTELPRO. Completely natural moment during late night research session. She tastes like coffee and printer ink, exactly as expected. I probably taste like energy drinks and paranoia. Perfect chemistry for two people obsessed with uncovering hidden connections. Move in together to create dedicated research facility. Apartment becomes command center with multiple monitors and filing systems. Wall maps showing corporate ownership networks and government connections. Organized library of books, documents, and backup drives. Our idea of date night is investigating new conspiracy theories together. Friends call us intensely focused couple, but collaborative research works perfectly. Start podcast about verifying conspiracy claims through primary source investigation. She handles audio editing, I manage technical production. Focus on teaching listeners how to research independently. Develop following among people tired of unsourced YouTube speculation. Monetize through Patreon subscriptions and affiliate marketing. Build sustainable income around shared passion for truth-seeking. 2 years later, she proposes during lunar eclipse. Want to make our research partnership officially permanent? Ceremony held at remote location away from surveillance cameras. Guest list includes only verified researchers from trusted networks. Wedding vows focus on supporting each other's quest for truth. Honeymoon involves investigating ancient megalithic sites and their construction techniques. Establish nonprofit organization for independent investigative research. Train citizens in document analysis and source verification techniques. Publish reports exposing corporate corruption and government overreach. Create scholarships for journalism students committed to investigative reporting. Build institutional legacy around questioning official narratives responsibly. Realize that intellectual partnership can be foundation for a lasting relationship. Not everyone needs emotionally focused romance or traditional domestic arrangements. Some people thrive in collaborations built on shared intellectual pursuits. Love doesn't require abandoning individual interests for couple activities. Sometimes perfect match is someone who amplifies your existing passions. Relationship success measured by mutual growth rather than emotional dependency. 5 years later, co-authoring book about media manipulation techniques, combining her pharmaceutical research with my technology surveillance findings. Publisher initially skeptical but impressed by depth of primary source documentation. Become recognized experts in field of institutional analysis. Speak at universities and independent media conferences. Prove that conspiracy researchers can build credible academic careers. Now, mentor other truth seekers through online courses and workshops. Teach critical thinking skills and research methodology. Help people distinguish between evidence-based investigation and unfounded speculation. Create resources for citizens who want to hold institutions accountable. Demonstrate that questioning authority requires rigorous intellectual discipline. I found love by embracing skepticism instead of suppressing it. Being authentic about research interests attracted compatible intellectual partner. Conspiracy theorists just need to find other evidence-based investigators. Love isn't about conforming to social expectations. Intellectual partnerships can be more fulfilling than emotional dependencies. Even the most suspicious people can find trustworthy companions. My face when research a girlfriend over normie who believes everything on TV. Story 2. Be me, Carter, 29, software engineer with a stable remote gig. Married to Vanessa for 3 years, together since college senior spring. Met her at a rooftop barbecue through a mutual pals, thought she was unicorn edition. She talked about commitment, old school values, promised only a few past flings. Fast forward, rings, condo, joint savings account, life seemed airtight. Her dad co-signed mortgage, financial cushion secured. Year 2 of marriage, small cracks turned into earthquake fissures. Always sensed a wall between us, but chalked it up to adult life stress. Cousin's wedding out of town meant rented lake house with Allison's college crew. Thought it'd be fun mix of friends and family, free booze, and bonding. Instead, found myself sidelined in the kitchen sipping ginger ale. Becky, her sorority sister, storms through doorway panting wine breath, launches into expose about one crazy weekend in Cancun, names 5 different guys Allison hooked up with in 48 hours. Antonio, Marco, Brad, Kevin, and some bartender named Luis. All details spicier than taco truck salsa, poolside shots, midnight swim, hotel suite rager. My face when 3 max boyfriend count was outright fantasy. Return drive home was colder than December wind. Silence broke only by radio static and my panic breath. Next morning, try gentle debrief over pancakes. Hey, about Becky's story last night, Allison snaps. She was drunk, doesn't mean it happened. After pressing grudging admission, maybe 5 but only casual. Lies.mp4. Felt trust vaporize in midair like dry ice smoke. Home became stage for tight-lipped dinners, awkward TV nights. Sex turned ritualistic, forced, no laughter or warmth. Realize I'm married to a highlight reel, not the raw footage. Escape through work trips, happy hours with coworkers, found solace, bench pressing frustrations at the gym. Gym bros lecture me, she's number cucked, bro. Another says, if she lied about that, she'll lie about more. Devastating wisdom served with protein shake. Dive into social media like detective on trauma watch. Stumble on old time hop post from 2015. Allison at Mexico pool party, passed out photo with 3 dudes, caption, laugh too hard. Commenters mention watching her sunscreen whisper circles around strangers. Delete IG app, delete pretense, delete respect. Allison notices distance, demands explanation over takeout. You just can't revisit drunken nonsense, she says. Never lied about dating before we met. I fire back. Classic gaslight combo, victim flip and blame deflection. You're ruining our marriage over drinking stories. She tries love bombing apology. Flowers, note, we're stronger than this. But apology tastes stale because apology is sales tactic now. Trust repair kit malfunctioned before use. Counselor calls it betrayal trauma. Trust deficit too high for Band-Aid. Decide divorce necessary salvage mission. File paperwork quietly. Stash savings for new plot twist. Packed bags at dawn, left signed papers on bedside table like final invoice. Her voicemail, I thought we'd last forever. My reply, I married illusion, not reality. 6 months single, convert guest room into man cave. Career skyrockets, promotion, stock options, corner office I decorate with childhood action figures. Rarely think about Allison, mostly relieved. Heard from mutual friend, Allison's Cancun stories are now epic legends. Antonio got hitched to someone else. Marco moved to Europe. Louis runs beachfront bar. Rumors she boasted about my husband's UV light teeth while on Tinder. Learned truth is rarest currency in relationship market. Lies built on curated past collapsed marriages faster than credit scores. Honesty overhead cost for intimacy is surprisingly high. Trust shattered is glass you can't polish back into a mirror. Forging new life felt like freedom, not failure. Authenticity beats fantasy every single time. I slept next to a stranger for years. I rediscovered myself once truth came out.